Hey, good morning. I wanted to jump on for a second here, or a couple of minutes, I guess, just to let you know Mikey is out this morning, so we won't have a regular show. We will be back with you on Monday at 10:10, and hope everything works is working out good for Mikey this morning. Um, so I just wanted to plug in and check in with you because I posted everything. And, I don't like when we post something and then we, for whatever reason, can't do the show unless it's a technical difficulty, in which case I wouldn't be able to go on live. But here, I'm able to go on live for a couple of seconds and spend the time with you just to let you know what's going on. So, Mike and I will be back. I wanted to wish everybody, right off the top of the show, a very good Passover. A solemn Good Friday. I hate it when people say, "Oh, Happy Good Friday." Do you know what the thing is about? And also to give you a preview of what's coming up tomorrow on Drive Time Radio, where we will have the review of a couple of cars. We'll take a look at the two of the cars that we've recently driven and what we're driving this week. So it should be, especially if you are in the market for a budgeted car, a car that's not going to cost you $48,000. That's because that is now the average price on a new car in the United States of America. The average transaction price is up to $48,000, absolutely unaffordable for 95% of the people out there, unless you want and can carry an over $1,000 a month car payment, which I just, I think is ridiculous. So we'll explore a little bit about that tomorrow morning. Jill Simonillo will join us as well from Pickup Truck and SUV Talk and get her take on what's going on at in the world of pickup trucks and SUVs, the Ford numbers that are out, and also we'll try to check in with somebody from the New York Auto Show to see if that thing was I didn't go this year. Was there anything exciting that happened there? Kia introduced their new big SUV and a few other things that went on there. So I look forward to doing that with you as well as tomorrow morning. Um, I just want to touch on a couple of quick things today before uh, we wrap it up. I did want to spend a few minutes talking about democracy under attack. I don't know if you saw what happened yesterday in Tennessee, where three legislators were, um, well, two of them were thrown out of the state assembly. One was reprimanded because they joined in on a gun control protest in the Senate chamber or in the House of Representatives chamber in Tennessee, in Memphis. Memphis, of course, the city where three children and three adults were just killed less than 2 weeks ago in a school. And thousands of people went out and marched for some kind of stricter gun control. And in Tennessee, that's like pissing in the wind. It's not going to happen. But these three people stood up, went into the well of the house, and tried to get people to wake up and realize what's going on to no avail. And so, not only were they, where they could have been just reprimanded and said, "Hey, you know what? That's not a good thing to do. Next time, don't do it," and left alone. Instead, they were thrown out of the two young African American representatives were tossed from the Senate. You thought things changed in the South, didn't you? Uh-uh. No, no, no. Um, and I just I wanted to spend a couple of seconds on it because I just think it's an unbelievable attack on democracy. We are supposed to be about free speech. Have we gotten to the point now? And this is on the left and the right. This is not an issue because I know that the left does it too when they shout people down. Um, sometimes a conservative commentator or somebody will come to a campus and the left will get all upset. We have to start to listen to each other in this country. I mean, part of the problem that we're having is that we don't listen to each other. We immediately dismiss somebody because their views are different than ours. And we're not going to have a country if we keep doing this. I mean, listen, I lived through the best of it. I was here for the great days. But how much longer am I going to be here? But for my daughter and her kids and for generations to come, we got to put the brakes on this, man. We have to get to a point, I believe, where if we don't start to talk to each other again and not discount each other because they don't believe what we believe, that this country, this beautiful thing that we have, is going to fall apart. And once we fall apart, I don't know what's going to prevent the bad guys from taking over the world. To be honest with you, I firmly believe that. I think once we get to a place where we won't listen to other people and try to come up with compromise and try to look at what common ground can we find. You don't have to agree with me. I don't expect you to agree with me on everything I think. I think some wacky stuff sometimes. I would be afraid of you if you agreed with me on everything. But listen to me. Listen to what I say at least. And if you want to tell me I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. I'm okay. I'm a big boy. I can take it. But what I can't take and what I continually object to and what I fear is what this country is doing. It is taking opposition and trying to crush the opposition so that they don't have a voice. And when you have that, you don't have a democracy. You have uh, you have something that is autocratic. You have something where one person ideas go when you get revenge on people. And this is something that I will blame on Donald Trump. This whole idea of always getting revenge on your political opponents. Although it does go back further than that. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about this today because I'll do it when Mikey is back on Monday. But on this solemn day where we think of sacrifice, of what Jesus sacrificed for mankind, how he was put down by his opposition while he was nailed to a cross for what he believed in. And on this type of day, let's think about it for a second. When you spend your time in meditation this afternoon, I think many people spend time meditating and thinking about reflecting for themselves. Some go to church, some do it at home. However you do it today, however you take this day and take that time between whatever time it is. Catholics, we do it noon to 3 is usually. I remember when I was a kid, it was noon to 3, no television, no nothing. You had to sit there and you had to think about life. And you had to think about where you're at. If you do that today, if you're one of those people that do that, please take the time to try to figure out a way in your heart to listen to the other person. to listen what their ideas are, not to just immediately dismiss good, solid ideas that people say and people believe. You may not agree with it, but we have to, in this country, start to find a place of common ground. And if we don't, I truly believe that we are doomed. I truly believe. I mean, I really believe that the sun will cease to shine on our democracy if we can't come up with a way to talk to each other about what we believe and find the common ground. At least to talk about it, to not be confrontational about it, but to talk about it in a civil manner. Stupid people are confrontational. I was confrontational when I was younger because I was stupid. I was so much younger then. I'm older than that now. As the great, um, did Jim McGuinn, Roger McGuinn write that song? I forgot. I know it's a Bird song, but I forgot if he wrote that. But be kind to each other. Be listen to people, listen to their ideas. Don't automatically dismiss somebody's idea because you don't agree with them. I know that my life has been much better since I was able to do that. I really wish today, I wish I'd set this up earlier. We're going to get it set up this week. I really wish we could take phone calls. I really wish that and again, I'm going to set this system up to be able to take phone calls on the air and get people's ideas of what you think about the stuff that Michael and I and the world condition, the stuff that we say, the stuff that we present to you. Because it's important. The one thing I love about and always have loved about talk radio is the fact that we talk to people, we get people's ideas, we don't just discount them. You go back and you listen to my shows. I gave people a lot more leeway than most other talk show hosts to talk and to present their ideas because every once in a while you hear something that makes you stop and think and go, hmm. And I was lucky enough to be taught that early on, not by anybody in radio, but my late father-in-law, ex-father-in-law, I guess, who has passed on, had a great influence on me in that area of listening to people. So anyway, listen, have a safe Easter weekend with your family, with whoever whoever you're celebrating it with. And again, let's try to find, as we celebrate this Easter weekend, as we celebrate the bounty that God has given us in our lives, as we celebrate the things that really do mean something, not what's on TV, not the politicians, but the things like family, chocolate bunnies, Easter eggs with color on them, and being able to sing a good Easter hymn. As long as we have that stuff going for us and we celebrate that, maybe we can come up with a brighter day. Maybe I'm just thinking out of my mind. But I really do believe that um, that there is common ground to be found, and we need to start to find that common ground. Listen, I've been friends for years with people that politically I don't agree with. That politically I'm totally opposite of them. But it doesn't mean that I hate them. It doesn't mean I don't love them. I love them. They think differently on certain things that I do. And how sad would it be if I lost a friendship? Somebody who has meant so much to me over the years because I didn't like that they voted for Donald Trump for president. Or I didn't like that didn't see any kind of need for gun control. They thought that everybody should walk around with a six shooter on their hip. How much less would my life be? I don't need to hang out with people all the time that agree with everything I say. I need to hang out with people that disagree with me and see if they got something. Maybe they don't. Maybe I'm right and they're wrong. But you know what? I'll never know if I don't listen to them, and I'll certainly never know if I just shut them out of my life. No, I'm glad. I'm glad that I have people in my life from all different sections of my life. And yeah, my cuz, she's listening today. We disagree on many things when it comes to politics. But you know what? I love her with all my heart. My father and I disagreed on almost everything political, but I loved him with all my heart because we're, believe it or not, we're not always right. Nobody's always right and nobody's always wrong. There's always something in the middle. And if you miss that, if you discount people because of that, and I'm not saying don't call somebody on, don't just sit there and listen to them and not saying, I mean, engage with them, engage with people that you don't agree with, not a nasty way, but talk to them. You never know, you might convince somebody that they're wrong. That's happened, and I've been convinced many times that I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. It's amazing when you have the freedom to admit that kind of thing, how much it takes off your shoulders. Being right all the time is a burden, I would imagine. So, anyway, that's my little Easter message for you. I hope that, again, that you have somebody to celebrate with and um, to find common ground. And listen, and I pray for this country. I pray for this world. I pray that we find our way out of the bad times and look at the good times and find some of them, so that my daughter and her daughters and all of our kids, all of the younger people that are coming up today, will get a piece of the world as we knew it. Because